Oh, welcome to my laboratory. I'm so glad you could join me for coffee. You know, I only have coffee once or twice a week because do I look like someone who should have it more than twice a week? Probably not. So, when I do have coffee, I want it to be the best cup of coffee I can make. And I've experimented long and hard to find just the right everything. I start with water that is heated to just the right temperature. It needs to be 195 degrees Fahrenheit or 90 degrees Celsius. And I use a water pitcher, a water tea kettle, that gives me a graduated and sets the temperature for me. And of course, the best way to make a cup of coffee is with a French press. But a French press, this is cold and this is cold. And I just said temperature of the water is really important. So what we're going to do is I'm going to preheat the coffee pot and my measuring cup so that we get a perfect cup. Now, of course, we need some more water, but fortunately I have some right over here. Now, the most important ingredient in coffee is coffee. And I love my fair trade, organic, medium roast whole bean coffee. You gotta go whole bean because if it's ground ahead of time, well then all the grinds have had a chance to lose all those wonderful aromatics and all that wonderful flavor that's in the grind, or in the bean, sorry. And to grind that coffee, you gotta use a burr grinder. If you use a blade grinder, all you're doing is you're chopping the bean up, and it's not releasing the flavor. A burr grinder, on the other hand, will take and crush those beans and release the flavor out of the bean. Now, the quantity, the ratio of water to bean is incredibly important. You need about 2 tablespoons, 1 ounce, or 30 milliliters of beans for every cup, 8 ounces, or 250 milliliters of water. And since we're having 2 mugs of coffee, we're going to need 750 milliliters of water, which means we need 90 milliliters of beans. That last bean. Perfect. And the beautiful thing about a burr grinder is the beans are always ground to the exact same perfect size because the burr grinder doesn't allow the bean to fall through, the grinds to fall through, until they've reached the size that they need to be. And with a French press, you want about a medium grind because if you do a fine grind, all that grinds are going to go right through your metal screen of your French press and end up in the bottom of your coffee cup. Now our water is almost there. I was a little fast on grinding, so we'll need to wait till it gets just to the right temperature, but it'll be there in just a minute or so. Okay, we're almost there. So we'll be ready in just a few seconds. While that's finishing off, we're going to take this hot water that we've heated our French press and our measuring cup with, and we're going to pour it into our coffee cups. Because just like we want to make sure that the coffee is brewed at the right temperature in our pot, do we want a cold cup of coffee because we poured our nice hot coffee into a cold ceramic mug? No, I certainly don't want a cold cup of coffee. Now we're going to throw or pour our beans into our French press. And it's at 195 again. And we are doing, again, 750 milliliters or 3 cups of water at 195. And we're going to brew it for 4 minutes. But for the first 30 seconds of that brew, I'm going to stir it, because I want those grinds to have a good chance to make lots of surface contact with the water. And this is really important to get your full brew out. You put the lid on and keep it nice and hot. And while the coffee is steeping, we're going to have some extra special coffee today. And to make my special coffee, I'm going to make some whipped cream. Now, whipped cream is the easiest thing to make. Once you learn how to make whipped cream and realize how good it is when you make it, you'll never, ever have that partially hydrogenated mystery stuff in a tub again. This is super easy. You need 3 ingredients. You need heavy cream. You need a vanilla extract, the real vanilla extract, not the fake stuff. And you say, but vanilla extract is so expensive. Yeah, but you're only going to use a couple milliliters of it. So in the end, it doesn't cost that much. And how much money do you spend for that cup of whatever it is at Big Bucks Coffee? I mean, really now. And so we're going to pour in, and we're going to do about 3 ounces or 90 milliliters of heavy cream. That's all we'll need. We're going to do, now, one thing I like to do with my vanilla extract, and notice, again, organic and fair trade, don't want to take advantage of the farmers. They got to make a good living or they won't keep making me my important ingredients. We're going to need about 2 milliliters. And how often have you poured vanilla extract and lose it to the coffee table? So what I love are these little syringes. They're perfect for this because you can get it and look at that. No drippage, no spillage of the vanilla extract. Now we need the sweetener. And I used to use just plain old, well, organic, but plain old sugar or powdered sugar, and that was okay. But one day I was thinking, you know, there's got to be a way to make my coffee better. And then I was thinking, well, I live in Maine, and it struck me. I had an idea. What if I replaced the sugar with maple syrup? And I'm sure my friends in Vermont will appreciate a little maple syrup in their coffee or their whipped cream. And you only need about 1.5 teaspoons or so, which would be about, 20 milliliters. And I eyeball it. And a hand whisk. And I whisk at an angle so that I can get a maximum amount of air into the cream. And watch how fast this is. I mean, if I have it on the right blender, wrong setting. The coffee is ready, so we'll French press that down. You do want your whisk blender on its higher setting, otherwise it just won't make whipped cream. Once you can kind of have a hard time holding the whisk in the center, you know it's ready. Best whipped cream you'll ever have is that which you can make yourself. So our whipped cream is ready. Our coffee is ready. Now we just need to take and pour out the water from our cups. And you can let that water cool down and water the plants. Now, I said I was going to make some extra special. Well, I'm going to make some extra special happy coffee. And to make my happy coffee, I'm going to start with a 1/2 tablespoon, brown sugar. I prefer dark brown sugar when I can get it. Organic, fair trade again. But I can't always get it, so I have to do light brown sugar today. And then we're going to put in a dollop of this whipped cream, and look at how thick that whipped cream is. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, a little bit more on that one. Okay. Now for the special ingredient. Some Irish coffee. We're having a traditional Irish coffee, which means we need some Irish whiskey. 1.5 ounces of Irish whiskey. .45 milliliters. We pour in our coffee. They've got this little pour spot. You got to make sure you got that. Now, I do one more ingredient. And I do this ingredient for all of my coffee. My vanilla extract. Precious. Yes. You see, you'll never taste the vanilla extract in your coffee. And I've tried. I put a lot of vanilla extract in coffee. But if it's not there, you know it's missing. It's like, what's wrong with this coffee? It's not right. And you go, I forgot the vanilla extract. So we're going to use about 1.5 milliliters of vanilla extract. You actually don't need that much. What it does is it kind of mellows out. It doesn't leave a flavor behind, but it mellows out the coffee just a little bit. And it's just like a magic little touch. Now another magic touch you can do to coffee, like when you get it at wherever, and it's a little bit on the bitter side, is you can take a pinch of salt. We don't need to do that today, but you can take a pinch of salt And when you do that, the salt tricks your taste buds and tricks your brain into thinking the coffee is smoother than it is. And that is why, folks, they put so much salt in everything. Now mix this up. Almost. Now coffee is almost ready. One final touch. It needs just a bit of whipped cream right on top. And what this whipped cream does is it creates an insulating blanket that helps keep your coffee nice and hot for a little bit longer while you eat your meal or visiting with friends. Now, one final touch. We need stainless steel straws. And there you go. There is your cup of super special happy coffee. Mmm. Mmm. My precious. Mmm. Mmm.